It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show.
Sorry, mate. I didn't have your mic on because it's my fault.
Yeah.
But it's because I'm on the Alpha Squad. I'm just quickly scrolling to get a couple of things ready to talk about.
I'll forgive you. I was saying g'day. You might have just got a but I promise I sent the full word. But my mic wasn't on in time. Look, we are dropping like flies around this office. I mean, the sick days are off the charts. They really are. As you'll hear shortly in this rather short roll call, I have one small tidbit that I'd like to get to as well. Ben?
I am present. I have no ailments. I have a couple of tidbits, but I'll get to them once you finish the roll call, I guess.
Belle? Where's she?
Well, she's getting the worst timed coffee.
We'll
ever.
mark it as a sick day.
Absolutely.
Newman?
Yep, here.
Mr.
Present.
Mr.
One small
Consistent.
tidbit, but can wait.
Cool, mate. You've never had a sick day here, have you?
I don't think... I couldn't tell you the last time I had one.
Rare
Oh,
air
it's-
to be breathing, mate.
Yeah,
it's just
rare.
you and me and...
Well, and almost. I'm close. I'm close to the...
Can I do a
My name has been taken off of the board, and, you know, it hurts me, but yeah.
On that, can I, one up?
Yeah.
I did have heart surgery, and I podcasted from the bed.
Actually?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That morning, I was like,
Dude.
look, man, I'll just clock on. It's just going to be easier if I do it on the tools.
My dad...
You had open heart surgery, and then you were on a
Yeah.
pod. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
I had to edit
My-
it from the hospital bed.
Wow.
My dad had cancer. Still turned up.
What? Yeah, see, like that.
Can I just say, it wasn't open heart surgery, was it?
Yeah.
I thought they needled in.
No, that's keyhole. I've never had keyhole.
It's still pretty wild, I suppose. It's,
No, I would not have given it to him. But now that
Do
we
you
can
have-
confirm, I will give you
Do you
that.
have a zipper?
Do you want to see it?
I've never seen it, but if...
Have you never, are we all comfortable?
Hang on.
No, I
you
mean,
got a
I've
zipper?
seen it.
As in, like, it's... my grandpa had one. It's like when if they cut in the middle of your chest, they call
Yeah.
it a zipper. Is that?
Ah.
Yeah, wow.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
yeah,
I've never
dude.
seen that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's open. That's a big key if it's a keyhole.
It's a really old-fashioned key, and they really had to
Dude.
jam it in
Well,
there.
it's 5 times.
You've had 5 heart surgeries?
It's not. This isn't my tidbit. It's not now. It's not important.
I mean, it is.
I think it's pretty
very.
important.
Yeah. I mean,
It's good law.
I
Yeah.
suppose we're still getting to know you, but that is
Yeah.
that's insane, man. And still no sick days. Meanwhile, Belle taking a whole sick day to get a coffee.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
And she'll come in here and she'll say it's not a sick day. I was getting a coffee.
And we've got a
I
stand
should be
fan.
like, I said, do I have time? And you guys said yes.
Yeah, we're on a schedule.
I just say
no,
yes, but
that's
then we
all-
just jumped in.
That's all hyperbole.
Yeah, that's it.
Great use of hyperbole.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, I was scared of it. I didn't want to go near it. I didn't know if it was right or wrong. I was just like, yeah, totally.
I also have famously only ever taken a half day from when we were on breakfast.
pretty
So
good.
I just want
It's
to put
very
that
good.
out there.
It's very good.
Often lost in the conversation of no sick days, but
And
that's okay.
it.
Yeah.
And look, I'll save the hassle, but Tina and Scud are both sick, and that's okay. No judgment, but it is very cool when you don't have sick days.
It's like the opposite of judgment. You don't go
Yeah.
You don't go down if you have a sick day, but you go
Yeah.
up if you don't.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know.
that's it.
Yep.
And Jack, you're here. You're fine.
Yeah, present. Nothing pressing, but I did see a good Alpha Squad comment, but I'll leave that to Ben because he's
Is it
got
Jared
it.
Jenkins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a sec. I just wanted to say quickly that I don't know if you've seen. There's about 30 kilos of barbecue meat in the kitchen right now.
And bread rolls.
Yeah.
Barbecued meat?
Oh, dude, because
pre-barbecue.
tomorrow it's the Peters are in town.
Yeah.
Most people who run this company are called Peter. And the two main Peters are doing like a around the country sort of presentation, and it's Melbourne tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they're doing a barbecue after, so they've just dumped in this like truck of meat.
Hang on, so is the meat ready to eat or it needs to be barbecued?
No, it is unbarbecued, but I'm sure. I mean,
when you said barbecued meat, I assumed there was like smoked
No,
brisket
it
just
will
sitting
be
on a table ready to eat.
I wish. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't notice if we fired it up this evening. And,
Yeah.
like, no one's sort of around the building.
I think they would.
You reckon they would?
Well,
Yeah, maybe
remember
maybe
if-
there's
yeah.
maybe they did a sausage count. Maybe we won't, just in case. Tell us about this Jared Jenkins thing.
So Jack posted in the App Squad just the off-air podcast, and then Jared Jenkins commented on that, said, always love the wrestling chat. Scudder's news blew my dome. And then he posted a GIF of WWF, I believe, and it's a bunch of wrestlers, Vince
Including
McMahon, The Rock, Shawn, Michael Michaels. Don't know who the guy is on the far left, but they're all doing the sucker. So it's like a sucker
So
GIF.
cool. So cool.
Very
Also,
cool.
is it just Shawn Michaels? And then
Shawn Michaels.
No, isn't that in Blades of Glory?
Oh, is it? Yeah, no. Shawn Michaels is the Heartbreak Kid in wrestling.
So
Yeah,
he's just
HBK,
Shawn Michaels, but
yeah.
I think
In
in
the-
the film Blades of Glory, Will Ferrell's character
Never
is.
seen
Not
that.
Shawn Michaels, is it? It's something Michaels. Chad.
Yeah.
Chad.
Is it
Chad
Chaz or
Michael
something?
Murray?
Chaz.
Is it actor?
Chaz Michael Murray or something
No,
like
Chad
that?
Michael
Michael
Murray is a
Michael?
heartthrob actor from like 2001. Famously from, I think, One Tree Hill and
Blades of
Cinderella
Glory,
Story.
Will Ferrell.
Chaz.
Yeah, he's Chaz
Michael Michaels.
Chaz Michael Michaels. Right.
But I didn't realize. Once again, we're going to fall into wrestling again. I can feel it. But obviously, the WWF is the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
They went from the Federation
yeah.
to entertainment
Because, do you know why?
because the welfare, like the animal welfare, like
the,
we
the
already
World
have.
Wildlife Federation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know the pandas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so they
yeah.
were
The
suing
logo.
them and basically saying,
What
like,
other
yeah,
wrestling-
we can't. And it's crazy how long they had it, but then I think they said it sort of fits more anyway because they're more of an entertainment. They do
yeah.
everything. But I didn't realize there was a whole other company that was doing wrestling that were actually beating the WWF.
TNT? Was it?
Yeah,
No,
they stole Hulk Hogan and they stole all these other...
NWA.
No, that's a group in Compton.
No,
getting on my wires.
that's
something.
the with
It's
attitude.
something.
Yeah.
That's Easy
MWN or the
Ice Cube, Dre.
Starts with an N.
Can you go? Because I know TNT, TNF. No,
What?
TNT.
TNT was
it
one. I don't
TNT?
know.
There's
That's
also
more recent.
I
I
also
feel.
watched growing up. It was all WWE, and then there was also a bit of ECW,
ECW.
which was like the hardcore version of wrestling. There was more barbed wire, more chairs. that
Yeah,
kind of-
right.
Yeah, more no DQ matches kind of gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of cages.
But I didn't realize that
Props.
they were actually losing for a bit, and that's when the Attitude Era brought it back because their storylines
Yeah.
apparently were getting a bit corny. And for someone who's never watched wrestling, I seem to know a lot about it now.
Well, it's like the old.
Doco.
Was it ABL versus or ABA versus NBA? Back in the day,
Yeah,
when there
I
were
don't
two
know.
basketball leagues in America.
Oh, really?
It was like American Basketball Association or something like that, and then also the NBA.
National Basketball Association.
No,
Having trouble
I'm saying
Googling
that there's two.
Oh,
Keep
yeah.
up.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh,
Belle, hello.
look who's rolled in.
Nice of you to join us.
Well, you didn't tell me this was happening. I've been chatting to Vicky in the kitchen for like.
Really? Well,
Wow.
it's been marked as a sick day in the roll
All
call.
right. Well, you didn't tell me it was happening, so I don't have my headphones or anything. Because I can't.
You're a member of
'cause
this
you
team.
were
I
sick.
feel like you would know
Yeah.
that we do the off-air pod every day.
At 4:47, we've never done it. I was gonna offer and say, hey, we could do the Sunday pod because that's ready to go, but
You weren't
I
here.
won't do that. Well, I was in the kitchen talking to Vicky about the winery day next week.
I know.
Spoiler.
You were in the kitchen. Remember earlier in this podcast what I said was in the kitchen. It all checks out.
Oh, that's so true.
Oh.
What?
Did you see the kilos upon kilos of barbecue meat that was
No.
dropped in there? They cleared that up.
And was it covered by the bread rolls? Did you see the bread rolls?
Oh, we talked about the bread rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that had
Because
been
then she
heaped
also
upon
said,
the meat.
so you're coming tomorrow morning, and I was like, I don't know. I'm speaking to the boys.
Yeah,
about
the
that.
thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We
A party at Vicky's. What are
Well,
you
she
talking about?
says apparently we are.
Are we?
That's what I've been talking to her about.
Oh, really?
And then we started talking about the winery day.
Yeah, we go into that.
Well,
I've got a dentist appointment tomorrow.
We're going to what?
What? Are you teasing
thank
me, Kate?
you. So I've been chatting to her about where we're expected to be at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
Hang on,
No,
where are we
no,
expected to be at
no,
9:30?
No, they don't
Yeah.
expect us.
9:30 isn't a time that exists
That's
to me
when
anymore.
the bosses are giving the talk, and that's when we are.
I think we can
We
can
don't
log
have
in
to be- we
online.
don't-
We'll
yeah.
log in. I'll log
Yeah.
in from the dentist.
Yeah, we don't have to be here for that.
Get your
Okay.
dentist to
I'll
film
be
you.
here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Wonderful. Is there any? Oh, you had a little tidbit as well.
Nah, that's
Was there any more
Oh, no,
Alpha
I-
Squad?
Yeah, I had some more tidbits. I'm still trying to find the name of that wrestling league, but I'm not having any luck.
WCW, was it?
I think that's it.
WCW,
I
was
think
it?
that's it. Yeah, when you said that sounded right. WCW.
I think it was WCW, and then within the WCW, there was a group of wrestlers, and their group name was something like NWA.
NWA?
It's something like that, but it's not that.
Yeah. No, you're right. So and WC. So from watching that show, apparently that's what started the Attitude Era because there was like the Whatever
The Attitude
Boys,
Era.
the Whatever Boys,
Area.
and they had a bit of get up and go about them.
Well, I mean, conflict and, competition breeds creativity, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Is that just a PNG of-
NWO,
NWO seems right.
New World
okay.
Order.
That's it.
So and
Who
that's
was in that?
That's Hulk Hogan, but he spray painted his face.
Yep.
He had it was the New World Order.
Yep.
Yeah, Ben's right. So he had the N and the W.
So he
He
wasn't.
just had, instead of, it wasn't A and
Imagine
M.
if.
It was the NWO. No, you are right.
I'd love to see
it.
NWA do a tag team match, though.
And saying that, the font does look like the
Yep,
NWA out
it
of
does.
Straight Outta Compton, what do you call it? Album cover.
Which came first? Maybe
Just
they copied
to
them.
get away from wrestling, because I know not everyone loves wrestling, and we did a lot of it yesterday's pod. There's a post from Nathan Novak that I thought was worth mentioning. Belle, I know you've seen it because you commented on it, I believe. Did you, or maybe you just liked it? Did you see Nathan Novak's meme that he posted?
The Breaking Bad one.
Yeah, Liam, I don't think you've seen it. So there was a reference in a couple of podcasts ago that Belle's partner looks a lot like Mike.
No, but no.
from
That
Better
was
Call
never
Saul.
actually the comment. Liam said, "Oh, that's funny. You're watching Breaking Bad because Christian's in it." Now, I assumed he meant as Walter White. So
I
he's
meant Walter
also
White
bald.
because he has a shaved
Yes.
head and a chin beard.
Yeah, but
they
then
have
the
a-
Alpha Squad took that and ran saying
with Mike,
he looks like
which
Mike.
actually is funnier. But
then-
I must admit, I won't take credit for that. I was more talking about the haircut
the
of
main
Heisenberg.
character
Yes.
who is also bald.
Yeah.
I will let
Beard.
Liam. I'm going to describe the meme, and then I'll let Liam look at it. He hasn't seen it yet.
Okay.
So so what Nathan's done is he's got a meme from the TV show The Office. Belle is Pam, and basically it's corporate showing
Yeah, it's
Pam
that
the
famous
photo.
meme where she says they're exactly the same.
It's
Yeah.
like the new
So-
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah, corporate needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. And there's two pictures. One
Yeah.
is Belle's partner, and the other is Mike. And then it's Belle smiling, saying they're the same picture.
And it's one of those edits that Nathan does that's like, honestly, like,
It's also like
I don't
how...
even know what photo
Yeah,
of
I
me
know.
that is. Like,
And-
I don't
and-
even know where he pulls these
And
from.
Christian, to be fair, like it's like
I know which one that is.
Was it from your Instagram?
Yes.
I mean, that would make the most sense, I suppose. But it is funny.
They look very similar.
Did Nathan do the
they
one
do.
in the holidays? I was like genuinely like impressed with the craftsmanship of it. Was like scary movie.
Maybe.
He did like a scary movie one, and it was all my characters sort of thing. It was like Scary
remember
Movie
that.
7 or whatever, and it was like me as Borat and different. And I was like,
yeah,
because I think I was on holiday, so it's like just no one acknowledged it. But I was like, well done. Like you've obviously clearly spent some time on
Out of
it.
your way.
Last one from me, just quickly, another Alpha Squad post. If you want to join, just search Ben Liam and Belle's Alpha Squad in Facebook. This one was from Liam Jones, who is a rising contributor. That's a little badge that he's got.
Oh, that's cool.
And he hasn't given enough context for me to fully go in on this, but he just said this segment was bringing back topic
Yeah.
tennis trauma, and he's posted a screenshot. I don't know where from,
Yeah.
but he's referencing yesterday's live show where we were talking about at the Grand Prix. Would they serve prawns? And Belle and I were adamant that they would not be serving prawns. Liam, you were gung-ho that they were serving prawns.
Definitely.
He's posted, with no context, just a screenshot of some sort of, like, grazing
It
platter.
looks like a really fancy menu.
A fancy menu from the F1, I'm assuming. We don't know that because there's no
Yeah.
context. And it's got, like, arrival, panna cottas, rhubarb compote. There's it's like a menu breakdown, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then down the very, very bottom, he's underlined crumbed prawns.
Wow.
Which is
So there you go.
which
So-
crumbed prawns.
And what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, when we're talking trackside, we're talking corporate. Normally, there's prawns involved. I get that Joe Bloggs, if he's bought a ground pass for the F1, it's probably not going to go to the prawn stand. I get it's probably more chips and curries and that sort of thing. But there is certainly an air around the F1 where it's a classy.
It's glamorous.
It's global. It's, you know what I mean. It's glamorous. I mean, to be in it, you have to be a squillionaire in the first place. It seems like
nepo
the
baby
playground for the rich and famous.
Yep.
And I know Monaco is like the main one, but even when it's in Melbourne, I would say there's a certain air. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we grew up with Clipsal, and that's more like, ew, like there's less prawns.
But
It's more like chips on a
I-
stick.
You're refining your argument now, whereas last night you were like Grand Prix, tons of prawns.
Yeah,
No.
you were like, you're
And we were like,
tickets to the Grand
no.
Prix,
Kill
tons
them.
of prawns.
No. It was because Smallsy was giving away
You made it-
trackside passes,
Liam-
so I was trying to
Yeah,
make it sound
is like
Lux.
sitting on the grid, like
made
in a
Lux
plastic
exclusive.
chair.
You made it seem like when you walk in, they give you a bag of prawns.
prawn bag.
Yeah, prawn crackers, baby.
This
But,
is at the bottom of a very small
Yeah.
menu from somewhere.
well, look, I was merely speaking.
History
to the
will
air of-
remember that Liam said there would be prawns, and there will be. That's
Yes.
that's what history
Look,
will remember.
as I said, I've never been to the Grand Prix.
Haven't you?
No, I'd love to. Yeah, I mean, we filmed a thing there. We filmed Grid Boys there, but that was kind of like the Thursday.
was
It's
the
before
Thursday.
it had started. It was
Right,
kind
I
of the
remember
random day. So I haven't actually seen it. But
I had a thought, you know.
I would like to hope if I was invited with like a nice work ticket, I would hope I'd be eating prawns that day. That's my hope. That's my hope and wish.
That's
know what,
how you want to experience the Grand Prix. That is not how to experience the Grand Prix.
How do you experience it?
Well, I
Genuine
will come
question.
clean and say one
Course.
year I did arrive in a helicopter and have a 3-course
Oh
meal
my
at the
God.
Grand Prix. And I was like 12. That's because my dad was in it.
And which of
But
your
aside
houses
from
has the
that,
helipad?
Yeah.
Racing.
Yeah. He races, yeah.
He's Mark Schwarzer? What's the guy's name? That's
Dude, you have brought up
Scafe?
Mark Schwarzer like
That's a goalkeeper.
you have brought up Mark Schwarzer about 5 times this week in the wrong context.
Is it Michael Shoemaker?
Schumacher,
who's in a coma.
who's in a
yeah.
coma, yes.
Yeah.
Well, not
Schumacher,
anymore,
but
right?
Ben keeps going, Mark Schwarzer? Like, I think earlier this
it's
week he
in-
was like, Mark Schwarzer? And I was like, yeah, Mark Schwarzer was the goalkeeper for Socceroos in the golden era, like mid-2000s. He also played for Middlesbrough,
Yes,
Fulham,
because
a
he
few
thought
Premier
he
League
was
teams.
Lewis Hamilton when we were saying
Yes.
shorter than you thought.
Or did
And
you
then-
mean Mark Scaife?
I've got the name in my head, I just haven't categorized it correctly.
You just
Is that Mark
you
Schwarzer?
reached for one name and you
what?
grabbed another because
Yeah.
it was close.
So funny, man.
But yeah, that was. I was a kid, and I do
That's
remember
cool.
having a 3-course sit-down meal, which I was like last night. I
Were
was
there
like, I'm gonna
prawns?
hold that because the way that you should do the Grand Prix, obviously, is like
In a helicopter
just-
with, yeah.
Because that's what, that is what you're saying.
there is a fancy side to it. Yes. There
Oh,
is
where
tent.
was this backup
There
last
was a
night? Where was the backup when I needed it?
I know, right?
I chose to not.
You let me.
I chose
You
to
let
back
me.
it up.
Bill,
yeah.
do you remember if there were prawns?
I don't remember. No.
God, don't take.
Like
yeah.
it was back in the day. I would have been hoofing down the steak. Let's be honest.
Back
What do you mean back in
or-
the day? Yeah.
Yes.
Classic.
But no, you just got to walk around and go to all the different areas.
I had a quick thought because you know how with Live Golf they do the Pro-Am, which is where it's like professionals and the amateurs play together, and the amateur rocks up with their own clubs and they play with an actual professional. They should do the Pro-Am with the F1, so you rock up with your own car.
Well, they do.
They
And
used
you
to
go
do the
celebrity
celebrity
lap,
race.
yeah.
The
What's
celebrity
that?
race was awesome.
Clint did that, didn't he? And
Hang on, but
I
do
mean,
you-
Hamish and Andy did it back in the day, and that's
Do
why
they-
Hamish had to wear the helmet.
in their own car.
No.
So in their own
You
car,
did it in,
it's
you did
funny.
it in a V8.
like around the track in your own car, and they're in an F1. That's quite
Honestly,
funny.
one of my favourite bits.
They're co-piloting your car.
Yes.
So they're the
Yeah.
they're like, all right, hard
Yeah,
lift.
yeah,
it's not
Fourth
rally.
yeah.
One of my favourite bits we ever did early doors fresh was Ben and I did the quarter mile at like on an actual dragster day, so full of people like there for the drags, and we raced our actual cars. And at the time,
people got into it.
yeah, well, it was funny because
Yeah.
it was like everyone you do a quarter mile in what, like 3 seconds or something. It's like
With those big rocket
with
cars.
those things,
triangle
it's
cars,
literally
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a rocket on wheels, and so they're doing like 3-4 seconds, and I reckon we were like over the 20-second mark, which is a big difference. But,
I don't remember you doing
and I remember I had it in the bag in the last little bit, and then I
Did you
I don't
scrub a
street
gear
race
change?
often, but I went up. No, I went up a gear when I didn't need
When
to.
you
I
didn't
could have
need
just
to.
wrung the guts out on
Too
fourth,
soon, asshole.
and I went into fifth, and I just lost it. And then
Yeah.
Ben's Avalon, which was automatic, just
gonna
hovered
ask.
past me, and I couldn't believe it. And
What
I
were you
reckon
driving?
there
It
was
was so
literally
close.
it was like you couldn't ride it because it was like 0.0 of
Yeah.
a second.
Oh,
It was like
yes.
because it was like a photo line finish, and
Love
it was
that.
Was that in the
awesome.
Avalon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben did it, which
Wow.
became the skid pig.
Yeah.
What
So,
were you
yeah.
driving in? What was your car?
A Ford 1998 Laser, which I
Ford
traded
Laser.
for a PS3 when I moved to Sydney in end of
With
2016.
a listener. It was a listener, right?
Yeah, listener.
A listener called up and was like, I'll trade you my PS3 for
car,
yours.
and I was
Laser.
like, done deal. And I actually went through with it, and then I got a call from like the police or something because it was like still registered in my name. And it was just in Parklands, and I was like, well, I was like, I gave it away for a PlayStation. Well, likely story. And I'm like, I live in Sydney now, and then we had to.
And then to be fair,
You
we
could have
both
had the audio.
we both sacrificed our cars for content.
Yeah,
'cause
we did,
then
yeah.
Avalon became the skid pig, so that means Belle's next.
Yeah,
yeah,
Bill.
what are we doing with the
You did
Beamer?
want to make my car into. Oh, what was it?
We would have put an ad on it, didn't we?
Yes.
We were
I'm
gonna-
Bill Jackson or something.
Yeah, when you
yeah.
started on the show, we wanted to get your car wrapped that said like "honk if you know me, I'm Bill Jackson" or something like that. Like,
It's good gear.
yeah, and then we
Yeah, they said it was too much.
expensive.
Do they do the quarter mile in normal cars or like fastest Indian style? Like little tiny chutes?
They do it in like it's like a there's a really long spit. Have you ever seen Kickstart My Heart, the film clip for the Motley
Oh, no,
Crue
they
song?
rev and it's got the fire.
Yeah,
It's
and then
literally a
at
triangle
the
car.
end, it's a
Yeah.
long
And it has a parachute.
and it has a parachute
Yeah.
to slow it down at the end because it's just going so fast. But I remember feeling scared in the environment. I was like, this is not for me. Like people,
Yeah,
like
the
that.
cars were so loud, and I'm not exaggerating.
yeah,
It hurt.
I'm with
It like hurt. It would shake your body. It was
Yeah, it
like
went through you.
nuts. But
People
I know
love
people
that, eh?
people do love
Oh,
that.
they go so hard.
But
for
it was so fun, and we did this thing where I've probably spoken about it a few times. But we were like, "Hey, call up if you've got a business, and we'll get stickers made and put
Oh,
so it
yeah.
looks like a proper NASCAR."
That's fun.
And so then we
Spawn a car.
we just absolutely sticker bombed
And we
our
went
real
to-
cars.
And we went to Steve from Print Lord to
That's
get
it,
stickers
Steve
made.
from Print Lord, yes, yeah, who made a lot of merch for us over the years.
Credit,
He
yeah.
made the Sandstorm Friday
Because
t-shirts.
back in the day, we funded everything ourselves. So
Yeah.
like we were
Yeah.
we wanted to do the skid pig, the drag race arc, and then we had to just pay for like stickers to get printed by
Yeah.
Steve.
And do you know what is a funny thing? I reckon your car became the skid pig, but I reckon if you go back and check the photos, I reckon my car was called the skid pig, and yours was called the
It's like a
real deep cut.
What's that? The conspiracy theory about the Bernstein Bears.
I don't know with that.
It's the one where like when you go back in history, you think it's one thing, and then you go back and check it, and it's something else.
Or is it like Mandela effect?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
I think that's maybe
the
what
common,
you're describing.
But you think, oh, it's that famous line from the movie, but they actually never say that.
Yeah. It's
Like Luke,
commonly
Luke,
held-
I'm your father. I don't think he actually
No,
says it
he
like
says,
that.
he never says, I'm your father. He goes, no. He doesn't say, Luke, I'm your father. He
Yeah.
goes, no, I'm your father.
So it's close, but it's still
Yeah.
like I think everyone says the line is Luke, I am your father. Yeah, Mandela effect, guys.
Yeah, it was that. It was the Mandela effect.
Yeah, what are the
What's
Bernstein
the bear one?
Bears?
The Bernstein
It's like a cartoon
Bears,
or something.
People remember it as one thing, but it's actually something else.
It's the same. It's the same thing, really.
Yeah.
And what was the Mandela effect? Because everyone thought Nelson Mandela was dead, but he's not. But he is
think
now.
so.
What was the
know.
Mandela effect? I'm gonna look it up.
We'll end it on this. End it on this Google.
I love the sound of you typing in my headphones.
I'm a slow typer. Sorry, guys.
That wasn't. I wasn't trying to be a read. I liked it.
Ben, are you looking up the bear one?
Named after?
No,
Oh,
he's
I
already
did.
looked that
It's just the way the name is spelled. So some people remember it spelled one way, but it's actually spelled
A common one is currently going around at the moment is like a lot of cartoon designs, like Pikachu with a black tail, or like who has
Pikachu has a
glasses.
black tail, right?
Nope, no black bit on the tail.
Dude, Pikachu definitely has a black tail. That's crazy.
No, there is a black bit on the tail.
Nope. Look it up.
On the
That's
end.
crazy.
Look
the
up.
end.
Look up Pikachu.
Oh, okay.
Mandela
Do you guys
effect.
want to know what why it's called the Mandela effect? Well, it was pretty much what I said basically, but it's
Oh,
like
nice.
people thought he died in prison for the cause in the 1980s, but of course he didn't. He was released many years later, and he became the prime minister or the president of South Africa. And we all, we know what happened after that.
Pikachu has no black on his tail.
Yep.
Are you,
Doesn't he-
are you kidding me?
Doesn't he have
so
black
weird.
Yes,
like
what I
squares
thought.
on it?
Right at the end.
Dude, Mandela effect.
Nope. I've been seeing that one recently a lot, and I went, "Oh, you're right," but no. And maybe because people are getting mixed up because he has black tips on Pikachu's
okay,
ears.
Yeah.
And maybe they sometimes overlap with the tail. But no, someone has done a proper deep dive on it, and they anyone
go.
that they do find, it is like proven to be fake. But there you go.
That's crazy. Here's another one. I've just done it. There's a list online. The Monopoly Man
Doesn't have
doesn't
a monocle.
have a monocle.
Sorry, I ruined that moment for
Bullshit,
you. But
really?
I knew that one.
No way.
Post your favourite Mandela effects on the Alpha
Let's
Squad.
come back to that one. Yeah.
So where does the monocle come from? Because
No, nobody
I
knows.
honestly think it comes from Ace Ventura when he's like, "Man, look at me, I'm the Monopoly Man."
Yeah, probably one popular media thing said it, and we got it from that.
Dude, he doesn't have a monocle. That is nuts.
He has a top hat, though, right?
He does have a top
wild.
hat
Yeah.
and a cane, and he's wearing a rather nice
I thought you were
suit.
gonna say
He's
he
still
doesn't
a
have a hat.
rich
I'm like,
bastard.
what?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, well, blew me away that one. Anyway,
I'd love to
we'll
hear your
roll into
favourite
it.
Mandelas.
Apparently, in Forrest Gump, he doesn't say life is like a box of chocolates. He says life was like a box of chocolates. So he doesn't say is like. He says was like.
Well, you know.
Wasn't even...
Because
Tom Hanks.
he didn't speak right, did he? That was kind of the thing.
Well, he spoke differently than normal, yeah. Normal people would.
Well, no, he
Was
did.
that- yeah, but
Everyone knows that.
He had a
Right.
Mum
say
life like a
box of chocolates and never know what you're going to get.
Okay.
That's just a Forrest
Yeah,
Gump.
that's just doing a
I
Forrest
mean,
Gump.
and you're allowed to do a Forrest Gump. And quite frankly,
Did
Belle,
you-
I wouldn't be the one saying you can't do that voice and that voice because we all know what you crack out at parties.
I know you guys haven't been into the SNL 50 as much as I've been.
I've seen it.
I actually want to watch it.
Oh my
but
God, you have
can you
to.
watch it on
Yeah.
binge or something?
It's on YouTube.
Peacock.
Oh,
as
But is the
well.
whole thing on YouTube?
Yeah, I'll watch it on YouTube.
Oh, all right. I actually do want to see
They
it.
do. So they do an in memoriam, and like Tom Hanks presents it, and you think he's talking about all the people that have died that were a part of SNL, but he says all the skits and jokes that haven't aged well, and then they did a giant
good. That's
montage
funny.
of all the things that have not
Great.
aged
How
well.
much blackface
good.
was there?
So much,
Oh.
and they've got like sexual harassment ones and like
Yeah.
racist ones, ableist,
good-
and they
it's
just
good
air
bit.
it all.
It's also
back to
wild
back.
it's been
Good
50
to just
years.
own it, though, you know?
Like, I wouldn't have thought it'd be that long.
Isn't he in a bit of hot water? I haven't seen it, but he wore like a MAGA hat and did
Oh
something.
yeah, he's only in
didn't
hot water because Trump saw it.
he? Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
my favourite bit though from that I've seen is John Mulaney going, It's surprising that in the last 50 years only 2 SNL hosts have been convicted of murder.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is.
He was surprised that it was that little.
Yeah, I get it.
I also learnt I didn't know a lot of actors that actually came from SNL.
Really?
Yeah, that's me.
I was like,
Really?
oh.
Tina Fey.
Well, no, like the obvious ones, yeah.
Jimmy Fallon.
Damon
Chevy
Wayans.
Chase.
But also
Yeah.
the years that they were a part of it.
How
Yeah,
long
Way
it
earlier
was.
than I
Still
thought.
hate it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
long, and like I was just like, whoa. Like bloody
Adam
like
Sandler.
Steve Martin, obviously. But I didn't
Yeah.
know that he was from 1975. He's from the
It's
start.
the original.
Right, yeah, okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought he was like in the 80s or 90s. He's like,
From the very start? Because he's not in that movie which I watched on the plane recently, Saturday Night, which is Billy Crystal's in it, and it's all about the very first show of SNL going to air. It's actually pretty good,
We
but
got
I never
tickets to that.
got to finish it because
You watched it on a plane.
yeah,
Like a legend.
just missed the last 20 minutes. So like, it's annoying. It was good. I don't know how it ended, but it was good.
I also did not know Adam Sandler was from SNL.
What?
Did not know that. Did not know.
Scooby-Doo was also from SNL by the sounds of things.
Oh yeah, my Sandler's not great.
His song was good. He does a song.
Yeah, I heard
was
that.
Really,
Yeah.
really
We are
good.
going to wrap this up. I've got just 2 more Mandela Effects for
Wonderful.
you.
Wow.
One's horrible, one I think is quite good. This list kind of lost me at the end because one of their Mandela Effects is the location of New Zealand. It said a lot of people think that New Zealand is on the left side of Australia.
Really?
But it's actually on the right. I don't know. I don't know.
Is this
Anyone.
a .com or a .com.au?
Like, yeah,
It's probably Americans, right?
yeah.
So that's a bad one. But this last one, in Lord of the Rings, when Gandalf tells Frodo and the rest of the crew, when he's fighting the Balrog?
Yep.
Oh,
Balrog.
No, the Balrog.
Everyone
I had
thinks
to
he
find the
says...
bog roll this morning.
You know what he says?
I know what he actually says, by the way.
Oh,
Just
you
want to put
do?
that out
Okay.
there.
You
Yeah.
shall not
But he turns and he says, "Run!" You fool."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he
And then
doesn't
falls.
turn.
He doesn't turn.
No, he's hanging off the edge of the bridge. He's climbing up.
Yeah.
And then he looks at them and he says, "Fly, you fools."
Yeah.
Sorry, what's the Mandela
Right.
effect?
That's
I don't
good.
actually know what's
So it's
real.
People
Fly
think it's.
instead of
I always thought it was run.
I thought it was.
Run, you
I've always thought it
fools.
was run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's fly, you fools.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you shall not pass. And
No,
stuff.
that's
Oh,
just a. That,
okay.
he
Yeah.
says that before.
And fly. take
Yeah,
the birds.
I'd be rocked if it's like, get out of here, Balrog,
Get a load of this.
The
Ruffle.
line is actually, piss off.
Sarah
right.
McKellar, your line was "Fly, you fools."
All right. Well, good stuff. Belle, enjoy your sick day.
What the hell?
And that's it!
Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Belle.